Haven't really even started walking yet, but on my way I found a little piece of the purple fluorite already that was just carried downstream. So let's see what else we could find.
Hi, it's Fran, and if you're thinking about New Mexico and the minerals that you can find here, you're often going to associate it with fluorite. So of course we have the Bingham fluorite, the Blanchard fluorite, anything in Socorro County. Gorgeous, gorgeous baby blues, lots of really nice cubes. But a little bit lesser known is the fluorite that comes from the Small Fry prospect. So this fluorite in particular is kind of a lilac-y lavender color, and it is one of the few cases in the world where fluorite forms botryoidally. This one in particular is really interesting because even without the use of a hand lens or like a loupe, you can kind of see that cubic structure on the surface of those round botryoidal spheres. So that's pretty neat. As far as fluorescence goes, fluorite from this claim doesn't really fluoresce too much. I have had a few pieces that fluoresce like a deep blue, and I've heard other people have stuff that fluoresces green. Of course, that's likely due to inclusions or chalcedony or something along those lines, not actually the fluorite itself. So what you have going on here is a north-south trending fault, and a little bit to the west of that fault is this little fluorite vein that travels parallel. And so, of course, it was initially dug up and explored as because you can use fluorite as a fluxing agent, things like that. There's also barite here that was used in industry, but of course neither of those deposits were big enough or plentiful enough to yield the sort of things they wanted. So it sort of just became like a word of mouth spot for rockhounds and prospectors. And while there aren't really any gemmy specimens from here, you can find some really, really unique stuff. There's some on display in a couple of the local museums as well that are pretty neat. I myself would love to find a piece with barite. I haven't yet, so maybe today is the day. You can also find some interesting like iridescent coatings on this stuff, and so I have hiked up the hill here, and you can proceed up along the hill there, or I found this nice little spot where there's kind of a zone of mineralization, so I'm going to explore that a little bit more. It has been really heavily picked over, just because it is open to the public, but you can still find, there's fluorite all over. Like if you just hike up the ravine a little bit, you're going to be able to find some purple fluorite. And it's fun to have, just because it's a bit unique. But yeah, thanks for watching.
So right now I'm just sort of at the bottom of a little creek bed, and I wanted to show how abundant this purple fluorite is. So you can see a piece right there, and then some more over here, and it's just all throughout, along with some quartzite, sandstone from the neighboring mountains. So I have hiked up the hill here, and you can see that this area is starting to look pretty heavy as far as mineralization goes. And look at all this. This is all fluorite still. All these little purple bits. Look at that one. That one's really cool. So there's certainly still a good chunk of material up here.